Commendatores! Hey, what did you think? What did you think? We weren't going to come back? What, you think we forgot about you?
Hey, we had to go upstate for a minute.
Yeah. We had to take care of some things. Some people needed taken care of.
Yeah. We did. We got a little trouble, you know. We had to pull a Feech Lamana, go upstate. When I said that, I thought we were in jail, but you're saying we had to go kill people, which I like better.
Yeah. We had to go into witness protection. We were dead for a period of time.
Yes. We were in witness protection. I saw a man in the morning, and I said, "Hello, rat." I strangled him, and we had to go get some rotten peaches out of the ground, some rotten fruit.
Well, that's what we got to talk about today. Yeah, we're back. I guess, is this season 2 of Prima Volta since we accidentally took a season break?
Yes. Well, first of all, thank you to everyone reaching out and going, where the fuck is Prima Volta? What the fuck happened? We appreciate it. That means you guys care, and we care. But also, everything is a gift. Everything is a blessing. We've been both super busy, which is good. I've been on the road a ton.
And, don't forget, since we last spoke, the debut of B and Ian. All over on YouTube and anywhere you get podcasts. You started your own show.
YouTube.com/B&Ian-Pod. Patreon.com/B&Ian-Pod. There's finally a chance for you to give some envelopes.
And
internet.
And the name is perfect because here on Prima Volta, we love talking about a little B&E.
Yeah.
B and Ian.
B&E.
Boom. Except that B and E, that actually could be confusing. B and E is spelled with an E because it's an entering. B and Ian is IAN like your name. So just so everybody knows, it's B and Ian is IAN.
Entering.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we're happy to be entering you once again.
Yes. And also when you're watching this, October 2nd, I'm headlining Stand Up Live, Phoenix, Arizona. October 5th, headlining San Jose Improv. October 6th, Brea Improv. And then also if you catch us next week, September 10th, I'm headlining the Email Theater doing a live B&Ian pod.
Live B&Ian.
Live B&Ian. Just got noticed. We're in the New York Comedy Festival at the Crane Theater, live B&Ian. And we're having fun. And I couldn't be more excited to be back to be in
Volta.
Be in Volta.
Yeah, and you know what? I also felt like it was in the spirit of The Sopranos because, when The Sopranos was first on the air, between these seasons, it would be an absurd amount of time.
Yes.
People would be going crazy waiting for the next episodes to start. At one point, it was like a year and a half between seasons. So you only had to wait like a month and a half while we took a little COVID / we're on the road / we got WWE work / we got comedy work / vacation.
But the commendatories are still out there. I'm still getting commendatories on the street, at the shows. We're doing the hands. Keep coming out. We fucking appreciate it. I shouldn't have cussed for the algorithm in the YouTube, so beep boop bop.
Look at you learning everything. I noticed you were looking at the right cam for your close-up for literally the first time since we've done this. You are a different man.
And we different man, but some things never change because I've got another weapon. Hey, I gotta comb my Delaware Italian mustache.
Whoa, Jesus Christ. That's very uncomfortable and disconcerting. I hated that you just did that. That's all. No, put that away.
I'm an earner.
I know, but my family. Put it away.
The family?
No, not the family. Like my AJ Meadow family.
Oh, well,
not my Paulie Walnuts family.
I got this so we can finally take the oath.
No, I don't want to. I told you before I didn't want to take the oath.
Come on,
we're going to be taking another month off.
Come here, let me oath
you. No.
All right. I'm scaring you. Let me give you a gift to make it better.
Whitman's. I was worried that there weren't going to be any Whitmans.
So long, so I brought you
another Whitman's. We were worried the show was over. We got more Whitmans. Perfect.
Okay, let's get in the episode.
Hot chocolate buttercream. Well, since we last left in the world of The Sopranos, we should comment first. We have to send an R.I.P. to Coos. Bob Lupone died, and I read all these articles talking about, I guess he made an impact in the theater community, and he had I didn't know anything about this. I just saw the photo, and I went, not Coos. Not like this.
Not Coos.
Coos was, without Coos, we would never have had that amazing one-episode arc, which is, I need you to hold on to this package for me.
Yeah, yeah, or on the golf course, or
Oh.
remember when the guys are like, "So is it like Godfather?"
And I think that was really important because
Yeah.
it showed Tony's kind of like sensitivity in the sense that he wanted to be a part of a regular community, and they treat him like a cartoon character.
That pulled me into being on Tony's side because in the beginning of the series, we see this vulnerability in a way of like, he's having these panic attacks. You're feeling for him. These things are happening. He's going to therapy to help himself. He's this troubled guy. And it's, you always root for the underdog. And at the same time, he doesn't have anyone in his life that's normal. He's making an effort. And then again, he's just a cartoon. He's learning no matter what, he can't ever be truly who he is.
Well, speaking of Tony being a character, he's about to be a character all over again because the other little bit of Sopranos news that broke since we last talked to you, it just broke a week or two ago, was Funko is finally making Sopranos Funko Pops, which I've been avoiding getting into the Funko Pop world for a long time just because I feel like I don't want to get in too deep, like Sum 41 always said. Yeah, I love that you're the only other person that was right with me.
Yes. Oh, my God.
But like, because they have so many licenses that I feel like I'd have to get all the WWE ones and the Simpsons ones.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
Somebody made a Funko Pop Ian.
You should have B&E and Funko Pops.
Funko,
pass an envelope.
Hit us up. It's me with a Misfit shirt, a cigarette, my mustache. I will say, really took liberties at not giving me hair. It is almost insulting. I'm like, is this a gift or an insult? But I like to look at the positive side of things because life is shit, but you're positive.
Okay, all right.
And
it's in my head too.
Yeah.
But series 1 that I've seen, the first wave is going to be Tony, Carmela, Christopher, and Syl. And then there's going to be 2 exclusives that I saw. One, I believe, is an Amazon exclusive. And it's Tony with a robe on and his wife beater and boxers.
Wow.
And he comes with a duck.
I was just going to ask about the duck.
He comes with a duck.
I thought he was going to have a duck on his shoulder like a parrot on a pirate.
And then the other exclusive, I believe, is exclusive to the Funko website. Because you're probably sitting there going, Syl?
Yeah.
Syl's going to need a partner in crime. No. Funko has an exclusive Paulie Walnuts.
Wow.
And while the others are wearing suits.
Does his hand go like this?
Paulie's wearing a tracksuit.
Yes. Yeah. I love it. Now, my question is, Funko is fun for everyone, and it's kid stuff. How are they going to deal with Big Pussy?
That's a great question. Yeah, because I would say just call him by his real name, but his real name was like Pussy Bompinzero or whatever it was, right? Yeah. So you can't get around that.
And also, I mean, I'm excited to see, Janice, which will just be a fat snake pig.
Well, all right, let's get into
snake pig.
Let's get into the episode. Let's get into season 5, episode 10, when we last left you. And by the way, maybe you've refreshed since we've last left you. Maybe you're not watching week by week, but all the episodes are up here on the channel. So subscribe.
What's that channel?
Notsam.
Yes.
You just hit the subscribe button. You can watch all the episodes. But when we were last with you, we were talking about season 5, episode 9. Now we're at season 5, episode 10. That's how you know this wasn't planned, by the way. It would have been too perfect to get through season 5 and then take a month off.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. No, we didn't realize this was season 5, episode 10.
We didn't plan it, but it's a wild ride. You're being Ian.
That's the wrong show.
Oh, sorry.
This is Prima Volta. We got like Italian generic royalty-free music as our theme song.
Yes.
I found it.
Yeah.
So at least I think it's royalty-free. We haven't been flagged yet. So season 5, episode 10.
Yeah.
Is called Cold Cuts, and a couple of things come into play on this episode that we've already discussed. Of course, one of the big stories of the episode revolves around Janice, but also Tony, and I feel like all the work the storyline with Coos might have done for you and your appreciation for Tony. I mean, in this episode, we really see that the piece of shit gene that the mother passed down to Janice is 1,000% in Tony.
Yeah, I mean, this is an episode of just complete. If there was any redemption for Tony,
Yeah.
in my eyes of like, I was, you know me, I've always been pulling for him. Like, he's gonna pull it out. He'll be a good guy, you know. He just had
You don't know.
murder for
You don't
his
know T
family.
like I know T.
Yeah. And this is just, I mean,
Because this isn't even murder. This is like if you could excuse murder, but
you can
not
always excuse murder.
but not manipulation just for the sake. Like not
Just
he's
for the
just
joy of it.
making people
Because
feel bad,
we have talked before about
which is worse than murder.
Yeah. Because murder, boop, you're done.
And it's
This,
and
you
it's
have to live
business.
with it.
It's business.
Business.
When the murders happen, it's usually business. Sometimes it's pet horse related, but almost always
Which
business.
is taking up for animals, which is empathy.
And Ralphie's wasn't a great guy to begin with. No, but it's usually business.
One of my favorite characters.
9 murders out of 10.
Yeah.
It's business.
Well,
But
dude,
this manipulation.
you
of
and I have
just-
talked before about Tony and the larger conversation of people with these issues in terms of narcissistic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, whatever Olivia had. It obviously got passed down to Tony, Janice. Barbara somehow escaped it, but
She takes after her father.
yeah. So
Apparently, I mean, we really don't see her very often.
She
but-
can only get off when she brings meats around. This goes against my theory that these behaviors are just innate. They do it. They don't even think they're doing it. They don't even realize they're doing it. It's just so deep-seated in their DNA that that's how they act. They have no plan to play chess as a means of hurting people emotionally. It's just in their DNA.
It's the
who they
instinct.
are. It's the instinct. Like a bee knows to work for the queen. Nobody tells it. They just do it. And in this, we see complete and total control of him dive bombing, kamikazing the plane into Janice's fucking life.
For no reason. It would make his life better if he didn't do that. But it's innate. And I feel like that's what separates the show, because David Chase clearly did a lot of research in like the mafia side of things and making sure that everything made sense. But that like narcissistic personality disorder and like you just said, like dive bombing on people for no reason, that's a thing that only somebody who grew up with it around them would know how to portray, I think.
But again, like, because of David Chase, because of The Sopranos, because of how every episode is just a cinematic masterpiece and it's so much deeper than television, Tony, at the end, when he asks about Janice and her son, why am I blanking on the name right now? Not Waldo. Not
it's
Aldo, Harpo.
Harpo, yeah.
Yeah.
It was one of the marks.
Yeah. I mean, and he's Harpo, I'm Groucho. But when Tony is like, I mean, Tony sees Janice's progress and the scorpion has got a strike. And this scorpion
There you go.
enjoys
There you go.
when he goes,
And now
suck my blue, I have no mom.
Which, by the way, where is me mama?
Yeah.
Mama.
Yeah.
It's so funny, but now you see that we've been arguing about this, but now you see that the scorpion does drown the frog, even though the frog's like, you're going to kill us both by doing this, and the scorpion's like, yeah, but this is just what I do. Tony is not stinging at the other side of the lake. Tony is stinging in the middle of the lake. This is going to cause both of them pain.
Bro, I was team other side of the lake. It's in my nature. I just don't know why I do it. And this was middle of the water. No way to get out. Sting, let's take it down. I'm driving the Titanic into the iceberg. Let's fucking go.
Sacre bleu. Where is me mama?
I mean, dude, when
he's French Canadian.
but also his righteous anger of like, he's my nephew, I don't have a right to ask. It's like, you've never given a fuck about this kid.
It's manipulation. It's
so
justifying.
manipulative, and at the same time, like seeing Janice, like, finally they liked her food. Finally, she's feeling proud. She's acting in esteemable ways.
Well, okay, so let's go back to the beginning.
But I just have to say,
Go
sorry.
ahead. No.
I again, like, man, that shot of him first of all, smiling when she's going after him. And I noticed he hides behind Bobby from Janice. And he hides, smiles, and then, dude, the shot of him walking out of that house with the leaves and the trees and he's just strutting like, I'm fucking proud of myself. Alone, he left, didn't even try or say I'm sorry, and just people are raking, living their normal family lives, and yet again he is alone.
Would you say it's a similar smile to the one that he saw on his mother's face when he's coming to confront her for putting a hit out on him?
Wow.
In the sense that like Livia, like, why would this be a good thing? But she's smiling because he's so rageful.
I mean, I didn't think of that until you just brought it up.
I mean, I think I just thought of it as you were talking about it. I was like, where have we seen a smile like that? I know exactly the smile you're talking about. Where have we seen a smile like that before? When he was going, she's smiling! Wow. She's smiling! Yeah. I mean, it really is. And I mean, you know, I think it's pretty clear that David Chase does not forget about previous seasons when he moves on to these new seasons.
No, I mean, his mind, it just, I just can't imagine how mapped out his brain must be.
I will say, I wasn't going to talk about it this early on in this episode of Prima Volta, but in terms of like cinematography, editing, and actual camera work, this episode actually drove me crazy in the sense that I hated it.
Well, was this the one with the swipe of
Yes, with Carmela.
That's what was
the fucking
that?
Weirdest thing. And what drives me crazy about this episode, I noticed it in this rewatch, I noticed it in the last rewatch. I don't know if you would have noticed it your Prima Volta, but on your next Volta, you'll definitely notice it, that the entire episode, and they obviously just got a different director, they have different directors for all the episodes, but the entire episode, every time that we get a shot on a face, like, you know, and I'm just like talking to you, it's not a steady shot. It's a slow zoom in.
No.
And they keep, dude.
What?
If you watch this episode,
you're insane.
I'm not being Ian here. But if you watch
this is the insanity.
If you watch the episode back, like, especially when they're at the farm, like, there's this shot where they're going back and forth talking to each other. And, like, as they're going to the close-ups, the camera, it's moving. Like, it's almost like a Ken Burns effect. And it's just doing it over and over again. So much of the editing in this one and the camera work itself felt like somebody who just got Final Cut. And they were like, look at all the stuff I can do.
Now, here's my
Look
thing.
at all the transitions I can add.
Here's my thing. Cool, yeah. We're going deep into the show. We're figuring stuff out. Did you just ruin my second Volta? So now
it's gonna be destroyed.
Now I'm gonna watch and I'm gonna hate it.
Like, I want you.
That sounds so stinky, inky, dinky to me.
Before and don't use that kind of language. It's gonna be bad for the algorithm. But before you watch the next episode, I would like you to do another Volta so we can start.
Volta?
I would like to start the next Prima Volta with you telling me if you noticed that or if I'm going crazy, because it's at least...
You're going cuckoo bananas.
It's the second...
And I apologize for the language.
Thanks, my channel's already in the toilet because of it. It's the second or the third time I've noticed it.
Are you really telling me that when I watch it, I'm going to think the episode is dookie, ookie, ookie?
Stop!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do we have a bleep button somewhere? Do we?
Oh, sorry.
This is awful.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's bad. But look, okay, so the way we get there with Janice is the episode starts with a great scene. Hospitalizes a woman on the soccer field by beating her bloody. The woman's got a bloody nose, closed fist. Some of the women are horrified. Some of the women are entertained by it. It's great. Tony's mad because she's put him on the news now, and he doesn't like the fact. How's that working out for you?
I mean,
he doesn't like the fact that she's on the news, and there's this angle the microphone to. It's weight based.
Okay.
It's weight. You know how to do it. Stop
this flip flopping friggin' fram.
Just angle it. Look at how easy mine is. Look how cash.
Well, congrats. All right. Sorry. I need to go to anger management.
The line when she goes, she's lucky I didn't kill her. And Tony goes, oh, we both know that. And Bobby has this look like, what are you guys talking about? And it's in the kitchen at a very similar angle to where the Richie Aprile shooting went down, right?
Wow. I didn't even think of that.
Oh, totally. Totally.
Whoa.
And I'm like, oh my God. And Bobby knows he's on the outside of something because he sees Janice's face change. And it's interesting with Janice because she doesn't even like fight. She knows he's got me. And the fact but that's such a scumbag thing to like, you helped your sister cover that up. You put her on the bus, you got rid of the body, you did the whole thing. To bring it up later is like, that's low, dude. Especially for something that's not that big of a deal. Because she got you on the news because she lost her temper on a soccer field. Like, you can't relate to that. Like, you've never done anything like that.
You got you on the news? Your behavior your entire life.
If you weren't the leader of the mafia, this wouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah. I mean, again, like, Tony is just so, like... And you know what's funny? I've noticed that the just complete degradation of Tony's character and everything has coincided with his inability to dig deeper in therapy, whereas before he was really working on stuff with Melfi, and then now it's just become a bitch sesh. I'm gonna try to fuck Melfi sesh. I'm cheating with this, I'm doing this, and he stopped really making progress or really making an effort.
Yeah, he's not making an effort at all, and Melfi even has that great line. And it's interesting because Melfi is coming across, I think, now like a better therapist than she was in earlier seasons, in the sense that she's still finding ways to break through, like pointing out that depression is rage turned inward. And I feel like when she says that, it's like, well, Tony, you might not be as outwardly rageful as Janice, at least in public, except in your work life. But if depression is rage turned inward, then Tony is just as bad, if not worse, than Janice. Yeah. Right? Because he's depressive. So it's not like Janice's rage issues are this thing that he can look at and go, oh, that's her.
He sees her make progress and he can't stand it.
Well,
he can't stand anyone better succeeding.
Yep.
But him. You know.
I do love when she's in the anger management.
Oh, dude, that scene was amazing. She's like, I marched for civil rights. And the black woman's like, and she goes, and for what? So that they can listen to their loud music. And then the black woman's like, what?
And then she goes, if the shoe fits. And all of a sudden she's this racist Italian.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Like that's when you know you've got an anger problem. When you went from being like, okay, we're allies together in this room. Everybody else is against us, but you and I are allies. And somehow in one sentence, you're like, and fuck you.
Yeah.
You're like, we were the ones that were on the same team.
Yeah, that's like me in college. Freshman year, I went to a workshop on time management. And I showed up late.
Hey, save it for the stage. So,
I got no respect for myself.
You hear what I said, Tony? I said I showed up late.
Well, speaking of jokes, this episode we see Chrissy and Tony B.
Whoa, before we get there, let's wrap up the Janice story.
All right.
It's not a punishment.
Okay.
It's just because we'll get lost in the Tony thing and everything. You know, I figure we'll go story by story here. But yeah, that's when we get to the house. And what sets Tony off is the fact that Janice doesn't curse out a telemarketer. The fact that she's able to handle the telemarketer means that, it gets Tony to a place where I think Tony is really worried that, oh no, Janice is making real progress. I know I can bring the beast back out of her.
Yeah.
Let me bring up her children from a previous relationship in front of her new family.
Well, that's the beginning of Tony going, Frog.
Yeah.
Hey, Frog, I really want to cross this river. Can we cross the river, Frog? I can't swim.
There is one moment, though, where he's trying to be a good person, where Bobby's like, Tony, I know it's bad, but she called them her kids.
Yeah.
And then he goes, I don't give a fuck about that. All right, I give a fuck about that.
Yeah.
But no, you're 100% right. All right. Enough. Let's get, okay, real quick, before we get to the Christopher story, because that's the longer one, that scene that we both hate how it ended because of freeze frame and then a star wipe.
Yeah. And she goes, I'm getting back together with my husband.
Do you think that's when Carmela realizes that, like, because I feel like that scene is like that's what she likes. She likes being the respect that and the fear that comes with being Tony Soprano's wife, and that is what she gave up in her quest for self-respect. Do you think that's the moment where she's like, yeah, I'm gonna put up with whatever because I'm not ready to just live as Carmela?
Yeah,
whatever.
Totally. I mean, that's how she got Meadow into college.
Yeah,
it's like how she gets things done by, just letting it be known of who she's married to. And she even says, my husband.
Yeah.
I'm
getting back with my husband.
Yeah. She doesn't even say ex. She says, my husband.
Yeah.
So, yeah, in that moment. But again, like, does a star swipe mean anything? Does the slow down? Maybe it's a slowdown of her being like, oh.
I mean, I guess, but it's so stupid. It's so stupid. It's not like that's a David Chase choice. That whoever was directing the episode,
they're out on the water and everything, and Chris, what's the old guy's name?
Oh, his farm. I know you're talking about.
Yeah. He goes, not drinking. He goes 14 months clean and sober, and he goes, oh yeah, well, I had the problem too, or something like that. Chrissy's like, huh. Like, we really see something in Chrissy in this episode because, him.
Come on, dude. It's an angle thing.
Right, man. It was a funny angle. Snatch. So Tony B and Chrissy, they're cousins. Chrissy doesn't like Tony B. There's a little thing in there. They go in the car. They have this bonding session.
It's a $50,000 vehicle. I don't want you to scuff it.
Yeah. And they have this session, where they both are a little bit vulnerable.
Do you think Tony sent them together because he wanted them to work their shit out together?
I don't know. That's a good point. I didn't think of that till you just said it, but possibly. But then that would make sense because Tony comes up and he is a fucking wedge again.
Yeah.
Maybe
he sent them together because he wanted, on the surface, he was like, oh, I want them to be able to work together, so I'm going to send them together. But in reality, he wanted the chaos, right? Maybe, and that's why when he goes up.
Yeah.
But I don't. Okay, all right. So they go up together. Go back to what you were saying.
Yeah, they go up together. They're hanging. They're figuring out where the bodies are, and then like.
By the way, I love that. Like, literally, like that's a thing people say. Wow, we got to figure out. Well, we know where the bodies are. Like that's a thing that you just say with your friends when you got secrets. It's like, no, we literally.
Yeah.
Have to dig up some
and
bodies.
Break up their skulls.
yeah, we got to smash their
bones.
bones.
And have a heart-to-heart at the same time.
Well, I mean, you got a bond. It's gonna take a while.
He's like, you're my little cousin. That was like so nice, and I was like, wow. Again, Chrissy is my favorite character because he shows so much emotional depth and so much. He really is just a hurt kid that just wants love and will do anything for it.
But don't you think at some point you got to grow the fuck up?
He's trying.
Is he?
Also, I signed up for a meditation session with Michael Imperioli.
I love Michael Imperioli.
Me too. It was last Monday, 10 a.m. Signed up for it. And I got to tell you, I slept through it.
No.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know.
You didn't go?
No, I didn't go.
Because you felt you were sleeping?
I was sleeping.
Yeah. Well, that's a very Christopher move, by the way. You really Christophered up the Michael Imperioli meditation class.
Did I tell you, I truly, in college, I signed up for a time management workshop. I showed up late.
Hey, save it for the stage.
Hey,
oh.
I got no self-respect.
But look. Okay, so Tony
Do you get that joke?
No, yeah.
Haven't Rodney Dangerfield?
Is he a comedian?
I get no self-respect because usually it's like, I get no respect. So I could be
Is
like...
that what he said?
Yeah, so
I only
could
saw
be
him
like,
in the movie.
I could be like, in college, I signed up for a time management class, and I showed up late. Oh, geez, I tell you, I get no self-respect.
Why though?
Because I signed up for a time management class to better myself, and
Right.
then I showed up late because, oh, geez, I got no self-respect.
I was hoping it would get better the more you did it.
Rule of threes. I think I did it 5 times.
You know what that means? 5 is not divisible by 3, but 6 is.
When I was in college, I signed up for a time management class. You think I was on time? No, I slept through because I got no self-respect.
All right, that ruled.
Yeah.
You put it. Oh, come on, God damn it! Figure out the microphone. Oh, it's B and Ian taught you nothing. So Tony comes up. First of all, they do bond, right? I feel like Tony B, just as a guy, could survive in most rooms.
That's how I am. That's why I like Tony B so much.
Yeah,
I can get along with anyone, and you know what the key to it is?
you got to make sure you're B and Ian.
Humor.
Oh,
Yeah. Like it's truly like laughter and making people smile, feel good, laugh is like a way to navigate any situation. And Tony B does that so well because he's just got this personality that you don't think he's got it, but he's quick and he's sharp, and he like tells these jokes and he says the thing, but the human body is filled at 86% water. And Tony's is 46 Zeppeli, and like he says these jokes. Like when I was in college, I signed up for a time management class. And,
okay, don't do it again. You already did 3.
That's like a fun joke. So you're turning me into OCD with these 3s. So when I was in college, I signed up for a time management class. So I showed up late because I got no self-respect.
So listen, they're there. First of all, before they get there, right, when Christopher's packing and he's annoyed about it.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the funniest lines to me of the episode is when Chris is bitching about why do I have to go by. Where's the Tenectin? It's just like, that's the genius, right? Who would add that line in?
That's why Chris is the best.
He's such a gross person,
He's
though.
the best.
He's got an athlete's foot.
Dude, I relate to him so much because also with the sobriety thing, like you see he's getting resentful. You see he's getting, he's not being grateful. You see this deterioration of him kind of mentally and emotionally. And on this trip, it really fucking gets to him.
What about the moment before they're on the trip when Adriana's helping him pack and Adriana kind of floats what a life outside the mob would look like?
Oh, yeah, she keeps doing it.
Right. And he informs her that he's a soldier.
Bro, that scares me so much.
Because you're worried the friendship between Adriana and the FBI might not happen?
Oh, yeah.
Remember, that was your theory, that the FBI and Adriana would become friends. And they'd go, it's okay, you don't have to give us information because you're cool.
Could still happen.
We don't know.
Because they could go, hey, you really tried.
A for effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, like, seriously, it does scare me because it is such a planting of the seed that this is going to come up, and I am so scared that Chrissy's going to be the one to kill her.
Oh, don't even say it.
Or they get killed together.
Ah.
That would be so sad. And Tony's the one that has to do it. Oh, I don't even want to think about it.
There's so much. And we're inching towards the end of a season, right?
So somebody has to die. I don't want to even think about it.
Well,
okay, so
well,
here's my thing.
Yeah.
They come together. Chrissy and Tony B bond. They're joking. And then Tony comes in and Tony B says the thing about the Zeppeli and they laugh. And Chrissy's laughing because he's like, this is our inside joke. We're bonding. And then Tony B almost like throws Chrissy under the bus by making him the butt of the jokes to suck up to Tony. And then, again, another layer is you see the closeness of Tony and Tony B of who they were and how they get along.
Because they have that language where they're like, they're doing bits.
They were each other's brothers.
They're not doing like jokes. They're doing full on bit. Well, if I had a beak like that like they have a
beak skill.
Yeah, they have a thing. But like, so I
But
think
also,
Tony
Chrissy,
B.
Chrissy's got to fucking drop it. He's being too sensitive.
Well, I don't think that Tony B was necessarily just doing it to suck up to Tony Soprano. I think that when he did the second joke about Philly and Christopher was laughing too hard and Tony realized that something was up, like, keeping the room alive.
Yeah.
Like,
he was trying to keep it going.
Christopher is terrible.
Maybe.
Like,
Yeah.
Everybody knows, like,
Yeah.
if you laugh too hard and make somebody feel ostracized, you don't have that inside thing anymore.
Why don't you take a couple more steps out of the room until you turn fun? That was great.
Yeah, a couple more steps.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, but like, here's where I lost all patience I had with Christopher. It was already starting to inch away. It's like, first of all, like the fact that he's like still butthurt over like getting made fun of by like his cousins. Like,
But he's a sensitive guy.
okay, fine.
And he's got to work out his resentment.
But if you're a sensitive guy, you do not then have the right to be able to make fun of someone. He was making fun of Tony. He was having fun.
Was he making fun of Tony or was he laughing?
He was having fun
At
the
Tony's
expense of Tony.
Oh, yeah, Tony, innocent Tony, the guy
No.
who doesn't deserve any expenses.
That's not how you would say that sentence. But regardless, I understood the spirit of what you were saying, and that's
Yes.
not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, if you have the ability to have fun at Tony's expense, and you would not afford him the same luxury at your expense, you are a hypocrite, as Harpo would say. It's French.
Hypocrite?
You're a hypocrite, dude. Like, if you're able.
Well, also, Christopher was like, somebody was saying that you were getting too much. And I said, no, you deserve it. Like, he threw another guy under the bus.
Of course he did. And then he
Yeah.
goes, that joke was about you.
Yeah.
Like, and Tony was like,
Like
what
a
are you
kid.
even? Yeah, you're
But
killing
then
the vibe, dude.
again, man, you fucking see this with Chrissy, and then the next morning, all is forgiven, and then they joke about him again. He gets up, leaves, and he's in the car, and he just starts crying.
Ugh.
He's struggling with his sobriety, and I can relate. Because when you're not working a good program, mountains turn into molehills.
Or molehills turn into mountains. I mean, you
Yep.
want a mountain to turn into a molehill. That'd be fucking awesome.
That's what happens if you work a good program.
You said when you're not working a good program.
The moles turn
Did
into
you even-
mountains.
Really do anything? You don't know the difference between a mountain and a molehill? You did it in reverse, dude.
Reverse. No, he's
No,
not.
I know what you're saying. He's not. Yeah.
Yes, and he's turning
His
every
perspective
little
is
problem. Yes, because his alcoholic addict mind is, when you don't address it on a daily regimen, it starts to get louder and louder and finds little excuses to backslide and do the thing that'll make all of it go away, which is your drinking or drugs.
Although Tony B did, I mean, you say Tony B's the life of a party. He did apparently kill people for calling him Ichabod Crane.
Oh, did he?
Well, he said they used to call me Ichabod Crane. And then he's like, who did? And then Tony B's like, some very, very sorry people.
Yeah, but I just thought he like smacked him around.
I mean, if they're that sorry, he had to have beaten them to death.
No, how could you be sorry if you're dead?
Well, you'd be sorry on your way to death. And maybe their spirit is sorry because they're like, I wish I wasn't dead. And also the way I died, I wish it wasn't so painful.
I wish somebody turned this mountain into a molehill.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah, instead they did it in reverse. Yeah, no, I took it in that he killed the people who called him Ichabod Crane.
Oh, I didn't.
Because also,
which is why Christopher goes, I could have called you Ichabod Crane.
like, what's his problem?
Yeah. He's sensitive. He's not working a good program. He's not happy. He doesn't have gratitude. He's being resentful. And having a resentment is like drinking poison to make someone else sick. It's not good.
Yeah. They say that about jealousy as well, right? The
What do they
jealousy
say?
is like, trying to drink poison to make somebody else sick.
I've never heard of that about jealousy.
Well, you also think that the
Maybe I
best...
gotta listen to the Gym Blossoms some more.
Hey, jealousy.
Hey, jealousy.
Yeah. No, I thought he definitely killed the people called him Ichabod Crane. His whole face changed when Christopher brought up the Ichabod Crane thing. He didn't like it at all. Do you think that Tony really likes the country life? Like, do you think he likes Tony S. Do you think he actually likes slowing things down the way he says he does? Because he doesn't seem to live by that if he actually does enjoy it. He goes like, this is the life, but then he goes home and complicates everything.
Yeah, no. I mean, Tony has to have chaos because the second he doesn't, he's got to sit with himself. And it's funny because earlier in the episode, Melfi was talking about technology and all this stuff. And then Tony is watching the news and he starts worrying about the ports and Al-Qaeda. And like now he cares about the country and the ports and all this stuff. And he's like, but that is an example of technology and the media being a negative impact because Tony never cared about this stuff until the technology tapped it into him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And this is also the post 9/11 Sopranos where like terrorism has become a big thing. Like Tony
That's
is very...
why they couldn't get the Vespas because of the fucking ports, because of Al-Qaeda and this and that. They could put a nuclear bomb and then some guy could sneak in. And it's funny because if you look back at that time, that was the biggest fear. All these guys are going to come in and this and that. And it never happened. The next, like, coordinated attack on America was the shoe bomber, which went nowhere. And, you know, half the time, the FBI set guys up to then foil the terrorism plan to make it look like the FBI is, like, saving things.
So what did you make out of the fact that Tony... beats the bartender
living piss out of that poor bartender that always gets it.
It's so funny,
dude.
Watching that giant man get his ass kicked.
Yeah, the bartender was like, "Hey, life is shit, but you're positive."
He was trying to be, and then he was like, "I can't even pay attention." And then Tony goes, "We're talking about our kids.
Yeah,
we're talking about nuclear devastation." And he's like,
"Turning life into cinder."
Yeah. Oh. I can't even think about it. He's trying to be Ian.
Yeah.
And then Tony starts just hurling shit at him.
And beating him with a cash register.
Beats him within an inch of his life.
Yeah. Again, this guy gets it so much from Tony. It's like, buddy, do you have any other skills?
But who's...
Can you get it? Are you really getting that many tips at the Bing that you got to keep this job? I guarantee you're not getting health insurance.
No.
You got kids. How are you fucking paying for them? What is this guy doing?
Who do you think Tony is beating up at that point? Like, in his head, like, what has gotten him to the point where this guy is just so annoying that he's got to beat the shit out of him?
It's illustrating, you know, he's having, he needs anger management. He needs to address these things. He's not doing it. And, you know, on the other side of the coin, Janice, who at the beginning of the episode beat the shit out of someone, got help and is better. Tony is in therapy in the beginning of the episode and he gets worse and beats the shit out of this guy.
He has to beat the shit out of the guy and then leave the Bing to go destroy Janice's life real quick.
Yeah. And on top of it, yet again, you know, Paulie comes over, tells Tony he might lose hearing in one ear. Tony gives him money. Get him the best. The best of what, you homunculus fucking moron? The best of what? You can't just hand a doctor an envelope of cash. He goes, you know, I wasn't going to do a CAT scan, but now I think I'm going to put in a little extra effort.
Hey, make sure he gets good care.
Yeah, what? What are you talking about? It's the Hippocratic oath is to give care to your patients no matter what. They're not slacking, and then the money is going to be like, oh, you know, maybe we will fix his hearing.
You know what? We could have fixed his hearing. He didn't tip.
But actually, now that I think about it, what I'm describing is basically insurance. I mean, because you won't get medical care unless something pays for the medical care.
There's a reason why, you know, people in Europe who are rich use private medicine instead of socialized health care.
Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah, because the stuff you pay for is a little better. Because
it shouldn't be that way.
I mean, look.
We should all get good care.
Yeah, but you know what? When you come on to tell your jokes on the stage, if somebody slips you an envelope, aren't they going to be a little funnier?
Wait, what? If someone's paying me extra, I'm going to be funnier?
If the audience shows up, the commentators show up before a show.
Yes.
And they slip you an envelope.
Yeah.
Aren't the jokes going to be a little funnier?
No, they're not. because no matter what, no matter where, no matter how many people are in those seats, I'm giving 110%, as should the medical community with people, whether they got money or not. I don't care who you are, where you are, or what's happening. You're getting the best show possible from your old pal Ian.
I was trying to get you an envelope.
After the show.
After I'll do the envelopes.
Yeah.
If you want a picture, I'm not smiling unless there's an envelope.
Yeah.
I gotcha. I understand.
But socialized medical care should be like Ian.
Being.
Best of the best.
It should
no
be
matter
being.
what. It should be being. Being Ian.
Being socialized medicine. Yeah, I'm with it.
I think I should start a cult. Just everyone behave like me and things will be better. Unless
it means wearing that shirt. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, well, hey, we all can't shop at Kohl's.
It's the Iron Sheik.
No, your top shirt. Hey, send me 2 shirts. I will say, though, life would be so much better if people acted and experienced life like me, unless it came time for time management. Because I went to college and I signed up for a workshop on time management. Mm-hmm. What do you know? I showed up late.
That's 8. Not divisible.
We got one more. Let's see where it goes.
Do you think Christopher is hopeless here? Like, does this make you worry more about Christopher's future? With all the stress that Adriana's got.
I think he feels helpless, but he's not hopeless.
Where does he go? We're not debating. We're just talking about a show. There's no competition. Where does he possibly go? I mean, at this point, Tony B and Tony S have their thing. It bothers Christopher. It's not going to change.
I think Christopher sees some sort of ceiling that he has to break through, or like some sort of ladder he has to climb. And all he can do is just wait until Tony dies, because Tony told him he's the future. So it's like, you might as well just enjoy the time you have.
Yeah, but at the same time, Tony said that, but if Tony were to die, say, next episode, I feel like Tony B would take over. I don't think
Tony B's already got the casino. But isn't it in Tony's wishes? Do guys in the mafia have a will?
I mean, I think that they do, but like, we all know what happens to, for instance, we've seen what happens with like wives. They don't get taken care of. Like, when a mafia guy dies, his wishes are not respected.
Yeah, but Chrissy's not a wife. Chrissy's next in command.
Is he?
He's Tony's family.
It's all the family. We take a blood oath. And technically, I don't think that they're actually, I guess they're cousins, but
Did we take a blood oath?
Not us.
We're not speaking out the side of your mouth.
We're not in the mafia. We're just doing a show.
We are a friendship mafia.
It's a show about the mafia.
And by the end of the show, we are going to be mafia brothers.
Put the knife away.
Sorry. We do have to kind of wrap up, because
next time we go to Sirius, I'm going to tell him, if he's got a comb, don't let him in.
Oh my God. Sam.
I'm not a rat. I'm not a rat.
Well, I'll have to get there early. Unlike when I signed up for a time management course in college. And wouldn't you know it, I showed up late.
For more great comedy like that, make sure you're finding out where Ian's going to be at iAnimal69 on social media.
Improv, San Jose Improv, Pittsburgh Improv, Email Theater. I'm coming everywhere. Stand Up Live Arizona. Coming to a town near you, and I won't have this because I can't bring it on planes.
It's never stopped you before.
What a Tony Janice moment! Whoa! Woohoo!
Wouldn't it be great if Janice had reacted like that? Whoa! You can also check out Ian's podcast, Being Ian. If you're enjoying this, you're definitely going to enjoy Being Ian. I was just watching the Lenny Dykstra. It's the only episode. It's the only podcast out there where the host has a stereo right next to him that is ready to play ska at any given moment.
Yes.
As it should be. You built yourself a beautiful studio.
Thank you.
I think it's great. I love what you're doing. It's
You're
shot
the best,
beautifully.
Man. I appreciate it. Thank you. And if you like what you see, we always got bonus episodes of the episode you see for free on patreon.com/beingianpod. If you like the Lenny Dykstra episode, let me tell you, There's an hour and a half more of the dude, Nails, Dykstra, and a lot of other cool stuff on there. So check it out.
And I'll tell you what, Lenny Dykstra was on the B and Ian show, and I've heard there are two things that Lenny wants in a podcast: cussing and pussy.
Oh, that's right.
Make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel, Not Sam. Hit the subscribe button. Hit like on this video. Leave us a comment and Torre. Hey, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
We appreciate that from all the
Thank you,
commentators.
dude. Can you believe it's been this long that we've been doing this? No spoilers.
No spoilers.
You guys are great.
Yep. And we will be back every week breaking down another episode. Hopefully, unless we continue to be as successful as we both are.
I know.
Next week, it'll be episode 11.
Yeah.
For me, I've seen it many times.
Yes.
But for Ian over here, it'll be his Prima Volta.
That was fun, man. That was great. I do have to go. I'm working on time management because when I was in college, I signed up for a time management workshop. Showing up late.
It's 10. Why would you do it on...
You dare me for 2 more? Do we have time? Well, I should have gone to that time management class.
Why didn't you go?
Because I showed up late.
You got no self-respect.
You know how I know I got no self-respect?
How?
Because I signed up for a time management class. And I ended up showing up late.
Ooh.
I got no self-respect because I keep doing this.
You should stop.
Why? If I stopped, then I would have self-respect. I don't know if you know.